What's up, guys? Skyliz here with episode 11 of the Gears of War lesson series. And before I get started, I just want to say thanks to all the guys I've run into while I'm playing on the beta. Gotten a lot of nice messages and that kind of thing, and I appreciate getting that kind of stuff, so thank you. It's been nice playing the beta. Just been playing it a ton lately against going into ranks, socials, sitting there. We had a few customs with all pro players last couple nights. It's been a blast, so really pumped, having fun. Again, if you want to play, send me a message. If I'm on and don't have anything going on, I'll send you an invite. So today we're talking about examining the different starting rifles and finding a gun that fits what you want to accomplish, how you want to play. And I actually played 3 games in ranked by myself, back to back to back, using each gun with the intent to use the gun in the best way possible. So that's what all the gameplay today is going to be from those 3 games. I posted all the gameplays over on AmazYnMLG. That's our team channel, and I'll go ahead and link it down in the description. So if you want to see the whole games there, you can go and check it out. I'll be putting in clips from the different matches during the video. And I guess when we're talking about starting weapons, I should go ahead and note that I'm not going to talk about the whole Nasher versus double barrel shotgun thing. That's not really the focus of the video. I promise to get a Nasher video up soon. I know he has been asking for it for a while, so maybe the next one. If not, then probably the one after that. So, in my opinion, just going to throw this out there, the better overall weapon is the Nasher because it's more versatile. The double barrel is real good for people who are starting out and want to dip their toes into gears, but you're not really going to become a better player by using the double barrel shotgun. You might get better with the gun, but you won't be able to consistently put up pretty good kill deaths. So that's my stance on that. I'll go and do a full video on the probably Nasher eventually. Might throw some double barrel shotgun in that video, but we'll see. So getting right into things, I'm going to start with the Lancer, and it's the weakest gun of the 3, even with active reloads, which you should have active reloads as much as possible. You want to get real good at, if you aren't shooting at anyone, you just fire a couple bullets out of your clip, active reload it to keep it active. Since it lasts about, I think, 10 seconds? I could be wrong on that, but it's roughly. You get a good sense of the time. So the huge clip means that if you're missing shots, you don't really get punished for it because you don't have to reload like the other guns. It's probably the best gun for support fire. You'll get a lot of plus 40, plus 50, plus 60, which other people get the kills. So generally, if you're trying to use the Lancer, you won't have a nice score line, but you might have more points than someone who has the same amount of kills and downs as you. So it's a good gun for helping out your team, but even then, I think the other guns, because their damage is higher, can do that better. So it's more just the fact that I think the biggest advantage of the gun is you don't get punished for missing bullets, which again is good for beginners because obviously you may not be hitting all your bullets, and it gives you time to kind of trace over towards the people. The chainsaw revs real quickly, so it's good for close quarters, especially if you get surprised. You just hit the B as fast as you can and rev that chainsaw. But the odds are that during the animation you'll get down because you're helpless during that time. So I generally only use it as a last resort. Again, best scenario is if you're getting, if someone just jumps out at you and you didn't see him. So you just rev the chainsaw real quick and get that kill. The optimal scenario for the Lancer is whenever you have a map that has like a natural choke point or something where that people consistently have to run through. So for example on trenches, which is what the video is, you can actually see at this point, obviously if you're watching the spawn, then they all have to come through that gap. So having a Lancer is good because you never have a scenario where you have to reload and they get out. So that's the best place is to hold it in that kind of area. So moving on to the Retro Lancer, it's the rifle version of a shotgun, I think is the best way to describe it. I think a lot of people are using it incorrectly, and in the gameplay you'll kind of see how I feel the weapon has to be used. You can't really use it long range because it's just not worth it. You won't get the down. I fired at people for a good 7 or 8 seconds, just tapping the trigger as perfectly as I can, and I still don't get downs. I really wish I had more long-range damage, but in the meantime, it's pretty much a shotgun. So the best way to use it is just to run around, hip fire, don't aim. Just hip fire until they run away, and then as they run away, then you L trigger and you try and get the down. But the best bet is just to run around, hip fire everyone. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a really strong weapon. I'd say it's better than the shotgun up close because you basically give the shotgun player one shot to go for you. And if they don't get it then that's it. You should be able to down them up close. So the key is that you just kind of stay out of the range of their one-shot area and you keep on spraying. So they have to hit you with either 2 shots or they have to get real close and then you down them. The bayonet charge is pretty good, but the gun is so strong at that range that you're better off just L-triggering and shooting them down if you're coming behind someone that doesn't see you. So I rarely use it. It's good if you don't have ammo, or if you're running low on ammo, then you just go ahead and bayonet charge and you might be able to get a kill. But same thing applies as the chainsaw. You're helpless during that time. You can get down pretty easy. The optimal scenario for the Retro Lancer is a room full of people who are just running around with shotguns, because the Retro really is the counter to the shotgun. Like I was saying, it's really hard to kill someone with a Retro if they're good with it, and really it's not that hard to be good with it. So I recommend the Retro to people who are new at the game, who may not be familiar with the shotgun or kind of intimidated by shotgun fights. Shotgun fights tend to be really high risk, so using the Retro is a nice way to mitigate some of that risk, because you just run around and retro them. Oh, I hate this gun. Alright, I guess we're going to wrap it up on that note. And the Hammerburst. I think it's the most versatile weapon. It has the best damage overall. I think the Retro is stronger up close, but all the other ranges I'd give the Hammerburst #1. It's the best weapon if you're someone who has a really fast trigger finger. So I covered it in, I think it was episode 6. It would have been on mechanics. So if you go and search for that, I covered how you can shoot faster using your middle finger than your index finger. So if you shoot with your middle finger and you're real fast, then the Hammerburst is a good weapon, and as is the pistol. They're kind of basically the same weapon except different damage values and such, but having a good trigger finger is good for both weapons. There's very little recoil, so you should always fire it at full speed. It's, no matter what the distance is, unless they're like real far, you're going to be good enough just hammering away as fast as you can. If they're really far, then you want to go ahead and zoom in with the iron sights and just, again, fire as fast as you can, basically, but aim a little bit more for the head during that distance, because you'll get better damage. The one weakness of the Hammerburst is that it lacks power close range when you're flanked, so if you don't know they're coming, then it really makes it hard to down someone who surprises you, where both the Lancer and the Retro you can kind of hip fire spray. I still try to hip fire spray with the Hammerburst whenever someone runs up on me like that, but it's not as effective as the Retro or the Lancer. The one thing the Hammerburst is good at is if someone's pushing you close range from the front, because the stopping power combined with shooting it really fast, you can down that guy in almost an instant. So if you can see someone coming, then it makes it real easy to down someone with the Hammerburst. So really the optimal thing is you want to put yourself in a position where you have long hallways and right-hand advantage, or large open spaces like the top of Thrash Ball, as you can see in this clip, where I'm just putting in support fire all over the place with the Hammerburst. Again, it's another weapon that's pretty good for support fire because of its long range power, but you won't get huge numbers. You'll just get consistently medium range numbers. But again, it's the most powerful weapon, and if you can get headshots with it, then people drop real fast. I think it's, alright, this is me guessing again, just judging from other clips, but I believe it's 3 bullets to the head with active reload, maybe 4. Which of course you can rattle off 3 or 4 bullets in a half second. So again, weapon's real strong. I think it's the best overall weapon. If you're good with the shotgun, you want to use Hammerburst because it gives you the best of both worlds. You have the best close range with the Gnasher, and then you have the best with the Hammerburst. And that way if someone's running up on you with a Retro Lancer, then you're usually able to down them with the Hammerburst anyways. And if they get close range, you can switch to your shotgun and take a shot to finish them. So in conclusion, if you're a experienced player, I recommend going with the Hammerburst and Gnasher. If you might be new to the game, not comfortable with the Gnasher, then go ahead and run Retro Double Barrel. But again, I think that if you use Double Barrel, you're not going to help yourself in the long run, because eventually the Retro is either going to get boring, or maybe they'll change it for release, but who knows. But I just think it's boring to use because you aren't aiming. So, but yeah, new players, go ahead and use that. The Lancer, I think, only really has a place if you are someone who likes putting in support fire for friends. Playing with it solo can be pretty boring because, like I said, you don't get that many kills or downs, and sometimes you can just get overwhelmed by people rushing with shotgun. It's a real hard weapon to fend off shotgunners since you don't have any power behind your shot. So I would only recommend the Lancer if you want a challenge or if you want to be a strong support player. And that's about it. Next week, or maybe the week after, I'll do a Gnasher video since that's the #1 requested thing so far. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and go check out our other videos. I've got 10 other lesson videos up. Last one was Intro to TDM, which is also on Gears 3. The other ones are all from Gears 2, but a lot of the stuff I talk about also apply to Gears 3, so go and check those out. Check out our other channel, AmazYnMLG, and hope to see you guys in the beta. Peace.